Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Sunday night live podcast with me, the Pidge, and this is the young man called the Moobs, as you will recognise him from Southampton.
Good evening, everyone.
You're getting recognised
now,
I'm
getting recognised. I'm a celebrity now, apparently. I'm a celebrity.
He doesn't charge for autographs as well, which is good. So
well,
he's a proper celebrity. Well, he's not really a proper celebrity because we'd charge him, wouldn't you?
Exactly.
Right. Obviously, we're going to talk about a certain game that happened yesterday. I'll just kick it off because I'm going to give you the floor after this. Because I know you're really bursting the gut. Yeah. He made it back in one piece, ladies and gentlemen. Thank God. Right. Obviously, you've seen it from a much better live perspective. We saw it from the streaming perspective, me and young Dino. Haveth the man with the free kicker, who will be back on Thursday. So get your questions in for him for Thursday. Right. From what all I saw, because obviously we saw different camera angles being on the stream. I was so happy. That's all I can say. The atmosphere, the fans, the players, it just all gelled. It was just, once again, it was a fantastic away day. The football we played in most parts, not in some parts, in most of the game, was absolutely brilliant. And I know you're going to touch on this in more detail shortly. Evening, guys. Just the general overlap. Three in midfield. I know we'll touch on it later with the defensive side. I mean, you know, it's gonna be a little bit of a problem eventually with a weakened defensive side. Heard that Kiko is not as bad as first thought. That's what Silver hopefully says. But just generally during the game, I mean, you always see people be able to dissect a game more when we lose. All I can really just say, it was just absolute pleasure to watch us. The identity that I kept going on about is there for everyone to see. It's carrying on from the last game, the game before. Okay, we rode our luck a little bit the last game, but this game, overlapping the passing, the pressure, we're playing high up but not too high up. We've got players coming off the bench at the moment. And this is all seeing it from this perspective, not 20 games in. From now, we've got a team that enjoying themselves. Even when you saw the video that Watford showed of Ben Watson going up to Yamat at the end of the game, and what a great strike it was when everyone had gone and they're just wrapping up. And it's just, they just look so togetherness. It's easier when we're winning and we're unbeaten, but it's now 3 clean sheets out of 3, 4 games unbeaten. Fantastic start. I mean, I would say we're halfway there already from last season, but you know, the performances, you look at it from last season at Southampton, first game of the season, to now, and just the identity of the team is just completely been ripped up, and it's just such a joy to watch. I've said I don't like the likes of the Liverpools and stuff like that. Quite well known about that.
Yes.
But I even said to my mates when I said to them a couple of seasons ago under Rodgers, which is a bad word, but they were a pleasure to watch, and this is exactly the same with the Hornets now. It is absolute pleasure to watch, and just see what we're going to do next. I mean, the one bit that stuck out for me, apart from the great goals, was the fact when Gray did that little side flick over to Decore, and obviously as he blazed it wide, but just the inventiveness of the play so far at this point is just absolutely brilliant. And we're scoring goals from outside the box. We're doing like Bournemouth do so many times. We're taking chances outside the box. Like they say, you don't win a raffle, you don't buy a ticket, you ain't going to win a raffle.
Yeah.
So that's all I'm going to say on it, because I know you're busting at the gut to see. So there you go, mate. I'm just all I can say. I'm delighted with the performance, mate.
Exactly.
I can't praise him enough, especially the fans. I can hear them.
Yeah.
Go on, mate, go for it.
Well, hello, boys and girls. Hello. Yes, I have made it back. I'm here in one piece, unbelievable as you may see. My oh my, yesterday, I still haven't got over it. It was like Pidge just said, it was magnificent. Being in the stands yesterday was just absolutely phenomenal. The fans down there, and I believe there must have been at least 3,000 of us down there, were all absolutely fantastic. It was from start to finish. You know, I don't know if anyone's managed to get the song out of their head yet, but Abdullah Decore song, if you have got it out of your head, well done. If you haven't, good luck trying to get it out of your head, because I cannot simply get it out of my head. There is talk we're going to try and get Earth, Wind and Fire back to number 1 and re-change the words to for Abdullah Decore to claim the rights. But yeah, like I say, yesterday was just absolutely amazing. The performance on the pitch. I even said it to some people down at the ground. When we've ever had an international break, we come back and we've looked rusty. We've never been on it. We've never looked ready for it. No. We've never performed well. Yesterday, all three of those things were chucked straight out of the window. They were gone. They were banished. The boys started like they were there to get something. They weren't even thinking, we're just coming for a draw. They were going all guns blazing straight away. Nathan Redmond, we said last week, was going to be the danger man. He was nowhere to be seen half the time. And when he wasn't getting things his own way, he was moaning like hell. Oh, there we are, 3,145. You see, 3,145 were heard yesterday, Colin, trust me. I'm still suffering.
As you can see,
literally. But, the defence again, organised every time. Everyone knew where they had to be. Players covering each other. Midfield, absolutely on it from the word go. The three, the core, Cleverly, Shalabar. I simply cannot praise those boys enough. They were winning everything yesterday. And the biggest stat of all, Shalabar set a record yesterday. Most interceptions.
10, wasn't it?
Yeah, 10 interceptions ever made. That's the most ever made by a visiting player at Southampton's ground. So that is something to be seriously proud of. But, overall, the big performance was just everyone was switched on, ready to go. Everyone knew their job again. There was one point when Southampton tried to counter from a corner that we had. And I looked across, I was thinking, where's Firmino gone? All of a sudden, I see Jose Holibas sprinting across. He's gone diagonal. He's not even gone back to left back. Firmino's gone, I'll go over there. Can you cover? And he's just put the thumbs up, bombed off, tackled him, won the ball, and we're coming back at him again. It is absolutely fantastic. Holibas has learned his lesson from the red card, although people down the game will agree with me. How did he not get booked in the second half?
No, I saw that. He got away with that.
If you haven't yet seen the tackle, please watch Match of the Day, because it's a yellow card all day long, and the ref gave him a slap on the wrist.
I'm more than pleased he did, but how the hell he didn't get a yellow card?
We all looked at each other and went, "Come on, get the card out. We're waiting."
I'll tell you what, with that performance, by Holbas, just added on that. If he plays like that, if he keeps on playing like that, how are we going to fit Ziegler in this?
Well, I think we're going to have to. He's going to have to pray he gets injured. It's the only way he's going to get in.
Bad form or injury.
Yeah, bad form or injury. I think that'll be or another red card for him, which we don't want to see that. But yeah, like I say, the whole all-round performance. And I'm going to single out another player, and that is Carrillo. First full start in the Prem. He was on international duty with Peru. I ain't got a clue what day he got back, but he was absolutely on it. He was roasting Ryan Bertrand. He was roasting Nathan Redmond. And towards the end, he gave him a proper roasting, and Bertrand tried to kick him 6 feet in the air and thought better of it. They left him standing. So for me, yesterday, like I say, the fans were fantastic. The players were fantastic. The guys who come off the bench, unbelievable, especially Daryl Yamba. 3 touches and he's put the ball in the net.
Yeah, I heard he scored a goal.
Yeah.
Apparently he was all right, wasn't it?
All right. 25 yarder on the angle. Yeah, that's more than all right.
Yeah, it's okay. I'll give it 9 out of 10.
Yeah. I can do 35 yarders, but I don't like blowing my own trumpet.
And a toe punt as well.
And a toe punt. Toe punts are back in business, mate.
Oh, yeah.
But no, it was, honestly, I just can't praise it enough. All of us singing, all of us celebrating, the good times are back. They really are. I really feel that, you forget about the last 2 seasons. Absolutely forget about them.
Amen to that.
Because we've got a young manager, or youngish.
Very thought after rated manager as well.
Yeah. Who is installing a mentality of basically saying, you ain't going to take your foot off the gas. You're going to play. If you do take your foot off the gas, you're out the team. And that's giving them all an incentive to carry on. He's got the midfield working like clockwork at the minute. Coupled
with the fact that we're winning.
And
we're playing well.
Yeah,
which helps.
and that.
Massive plus.
You know, I was expecting Southampton to really give us a go like they have done in the past. And Southampton were absolutely nothing. And I mean nothing. You know, one of their best shots was skied so much it almost cleared the stadium. It was that bad. They were that bad.
That was their only real chance with it. Well, apart from one other.
They had one right at the end where they
one close was a good block.
One was blocked and one Gomez plucked out the air just for the camera.
Well, that was a camera one.
Yeah,
I don't really class
that
as a chance, to be honest, because Gomez was diving 5 minutes before that was shot.
Yeah. Yeah, it was sort of hit and hope, and they almost got hope, but it was that.
As a beautifully dived, he was the grace and elegance of a ballerina.
Exactly. You just saw him go through the air. It was like a plane taking off, really, but you know.
But they want the ball. They look like if they haven't got the ball, they go and get it. They always tell you as a kid, if you haven't got the ball, go and get it. If you want it,
chase them down.
Chase them down, go and get it.
Yeah.
And we just look organised. Amazingly, because of the injuries we were having at the back, at the moment we're having that bit of luck, not with injuries, but just a bit of luck. We're not noticing it.
Yeah.
So we're not conceding. It's brilliant. We're having that. We're having the luck that every good team needs.
Yeah, we are having the luck at the minute, and long may the luck continue. You know. But I think that's one of the best performances I've seen by them in a long time on the road. Albeit it was my first outing on the road this season. I know I did miss a lot last season, and I only went to about 5 or 6.
I went to 2 or 3 last season away, and it was grim.
Yeah, so
that makes up for it.
It certainly does.
For 2 seasons, especially last season, it really makes up for it. I've forgotten about it already.
You know, the scary thing was, again, I sort of touched on it last week, or the week before when we played Brighton, but you know, we had to make the double change because of the defenders getting injured. If you didn't have to make that double substitution, the firepower sitting on the bench of Deeney, Success, and Capoue, and I can put Jan-Matt in there because we know what Jan-Matt can do.
Yeah.
You know, all right, Jan-Matt, come on, but you've still got 3 of them sitting there waiting. 3 attacking players ready and waiting.
That's a massive difference from last season. Is the squad depth.
Yeah.
With players that they were basically the first team players of last season that were on the bench, pretty much, barring the goalkeeper.
Exactly.
We're pretty much first teamers, and that just proves that we've basically replaced most of that team.
We strengthened where we wanted to strengthen.
Yeah. And strengthen and depth as well. Right, go on. Let's do some shout outs.
Yeah, let's do some shout outs. Hello to Colin, as always.
Lucy, hello.
Hello,
Surin, New York.
Hey, Surin's
City
on.
that never sleeps, young man.
Yes, he never sleeps either. Good evening, sir. Good evening.
Get some sleep in a minute.
Yeah.
After 9 o'clock.
Alan's in from Leicester. Oi, Alan. Give them some stick up there because they lost yesterday. Such a tragedy.
Craig, Portadown, Northern Ireland. Hey. We are in Northern Ireland. We are live in Northern Ireland.
And Skegness now.
Hey,
we're back. We're going
Skegness.
We're gradually going around the British Isles.
Oh, David.
We might get to Jersey by the end of the night. Who knows? What's clear? Same stuff. Yeah, same starting 11. We'll go with that.
Yeah, but I don't think we can change it really, can you? Well, if Kiko actually comes back from that, actually. Right?
Kev, I'm going to get you back for that.
Mr.
I'll sing on my own.
Thank you very much, as always, mate.
Yes, evening, Sir Dave.
Is Lincoln ever sunny, Chris?
Yeah.
Can't
say that.
It's dark now.
It's dark.
It's still sunny. Oh my God! What time difference you guys have got, Lincoln? Hello, mate.
Sunny Lincoln.
Hello, Christopher.
Hello, Jeff from California.
California.
Hello, Jeff. The California guys are checking in.
Good afternoon.
Yes.
Just turning afternoon. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Thank you very much.
At least I think it is. What's the time zone? That's not 12 hours, is it?
It was 6 around New York time. 6 hours around New York time, so that's early afternoon.
Probably
about 2, isn't it?
Yes. They're on for afternoon.
Yeah.
But, just.
So take it you're happy then?
Oh, I'm very happy. I'm very happy. The only downside was I got absolutely drenched walking to the ground because somebody got the weather app wrong and they decided to chuck it down the rain at 2:30 instead of 4:30. So how can you?
Damn those Southerners!
Yeah, Southerners. Oh, the way it has behind us. So yeah, it's afternoon.
I stand corrected, young Jeffrey.
Yes, we stand corrected. But anyway, it's afternoon over there, so we can't say we were right originally.
Right. Let's talk about, as we're talking still on the Southampton subject, the midfield three. Cleverly, I know we know that. Cleverly, Shalabar, Decore. Right, here's a question, and I mentioned this to Dino yesterday, and I'm not saying I'm not the rhythm stick I'm hitting you this time, but just hard facts and questions.
Go on.
But we were saying this is not a criticism of any of those players, but if you had a fully fit Pereira, who would you? And we had to drop him. We think who would you put in his place? I'm not saying we will. And I'm not saying we have to, because Pereira's going to be on the bench. As far as I'm concerned, before you answer this, Pereira
I've got a chance to answer.
Is not good enough to be in that midfield at the moment because they're playing so well. So let's establish that. But who would you put, if we had to, take out to put Pereira in? And I'm not saying we will and we have to, because the midfield three at the moment, as I think, is on form, is the best midfield three in the Premier League at the moment.
It is.
It is. And it's not. People are going to say I'm deluded, but honestly, at the moment, in the last 2 or 3 games.
You're not deluded, you're spot on.
Yeah, go on.
I'm going to go for, and I don't want to have to say it, Shalabar.
Okay, I heard it. On a Sunday.
We've got Dino sitting in the corner again this week. He's been given another yellow card. I would probably sacrifice Shalabar, I think. I'm probably going to get shouted down for this. I know it. I think he'd probably be the one.
No, David, I do agree. He always said that's why I had to establish at the top before I asked that question that
he has got to fight.
Pereira has got to fight for his place. As far as I'm concerned, he's a bench warmer at the moment until one of these guys has a drop in form. I really do hope they don't. But until drop in form and injury, he won't get in. But what I'm doing is posing the question if we had to make a change.
We've got to take someone out. Who would it be?
I would have said Cleverly, but that's not a criticism here.
No, that's fair. That's fair. You're entitled to your opinion.
If I was forced by the owners to said right, which they wouldn't, but I'm just saying as a methodical question, said right, you have to change one of them. But I wouldn't. As well, you just can't, because Silver's just mentioned in his press conferences and outside of the press conferences how well the work rate of all three, but especially Cleverly. He's picked out Cleverly for the work rate.
Yes.
And you watch him, I mean, they all do. He does the nuts and bolts of that midfield. He lets the other two bomb on and create while he sits back. And I noted that with Shalabar and Cleverly. One pushes forward, one drops. One drops, one pushes forward. And his work rate, Cleverly, in the last few games, is what it was when he first rejoined. He's basically just gone back to that. He's so hungry for that ball.
He is. He is hungry. He said he's got a lot of lost time to make up on because he was not playing and not playing and not playing, then playing and then not playing again. So it's been a tough one for him. So, but we are seeing what he can do. But I will not stop smiling about yesterday for a very, very long time.
No, that midfield three. Go on, sorry, mate. Go on.
No, I was just going to say it was just one of the best performances I've seen in ages, and it showed the unity. I'm just going to say, I'm going to touch on it again. Defending for corners. All right, we pull everyone back, but everyone knew where they had to go. There was no one looking at each other going, well, hang on a minute, you're going to go and mark him, ain't you? No, well, I'm marking him, you're marking him. No, there's none of that. They've all been told who they're going to mark. They're going to do it.
Right, here's a thing then. Going on to that, and ask you guys. I'll hit you with facts again. Or questions actually first. Right, and you guys as well answer this in your personal opinion, and I will give you my opinion. Sadly, now, out of zonal marking and man marking, what do you think is more effective? I always think I'm a traditionalist with this. Man marking, you mark a tall guy marks a tall guy, small guy marks a small guy. You've got a tall guy marking a small guy, fair enough. I think it looks more like a man marking system on a couple of the corners. Yeah, but they're still trying to tempt that zonal marking.
They do
like zonal marking.
No, none of us. I'm not a fan of zonal marking because it leaves far too many gaps.
Yeah,
it leaves way too many gaps, and you can't defend the gaps. But for me, yes, man marking is always the way forward. It's how we were all taught when we were growing up at school.
It's just easier. I just find it easier.
It's way easier.
I mean, even when I played London side, I struggled with man marking, but I wouldn't even try zonal marking.
Exactly. For me, zonal don't work. So
I think it's unanimous. I think with the man marking, with that.
Yeah.
It's tradition. Tradition. You always just
totally
pick up a man.
Exactly. But before the game, I think they're all getting told, you're going to mark him, you're going to mark him, you're going to mark him. And if they go swat and if they take a player off, they tell the player on the bench who's coming on, you're marking him. They're not going to swap round. You're going to mark.
This is not my marking thing is not a criticism of yesterday. Far from it. What we're saying is an observation of a whole sort of Premier League thing, and we do it as well, where we were mainly known for zonal marking, but we're kind of moving on now, like you just said, kind of moving on to the more of a man marking system now, rather than overall zonal marking, and it looks far more effective. If it is that case, it does look far more effective.
He's got us drilled. He's got us more drilled.
Yeah.
I don't think either of the previous managers have probably worked on the marking stuff in training. He seems to be doing it a lot more often because I think he identified it as a serious weak spot last season. We had one of the highest goals conceded from set pieces, and I think when he first came in, he said, "Right, we've got to get on top of this. We can't keep conceding from set pieces."
He probably showed them the list and went, "Bang,
yeah,
right.
This is where you are, and I want you to go down, and I want you. I don't want you there."
Or he'll just go up to them and say, "Right, bang, there we go. You give me your opinion about it." He asks the players. And then he goes, "Right, that's my opinion.
Yep.
Okay, that makes you wrong. I'm not saying necessarily this is going to think, but he said, probably some of them have said, right, I think zonal marking.
Yeah.
This makes you wrong. Let's get this addressed because this obviously doesn't work. Your zonal marking doesn't work. Let's get this done because was it 28? Was it 28? 27
like
Liverpool at the time?
Yeah.
And wasn't that after the Liverpool game as well? Both were as shocking as each other in corners, and we seem to, at the moment, eradicated that.
Yeah.
But we look far more organised.
We have. We do look a lot more organised. So it's a massive plus. So for me, I'm a man. I go for man marking without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah.
So, but yes. Now, seeing there's one topic on there, which
let's get on to this. Let's get on a fan one.
Oh, let's have a good look at the fans. What the boys saying. What the boys and girls saying.
Jeff's one's quite good. Look at that.
Yeah, I like the one, Jeff. I like the one that Kev said as well. It's just gone off the top of the screen. Said about with what we've got as backup, they are going to have to fight for each other.
Yeah. Well, Kevin said he has to sit. They have to sit on the bench and wait for his time to come. That's referring to Pereira.
Exactly.
What an amazing problem to have. Agreed. With Hughes, Watson, Zarate, Capu. Happy days. Completely agree, mate. It's totally agree. Well, we've said about the strength in depth, the confidence of the players that are playing at the moment.
Yeah.
It's gonna give them. It's gonna give Silva selection headache. It's gonna give the players, and with this keeper as well coming in. Gomez is looking over his shoulder, which is only a good thing. The players are going to look now and sort of think, hang on a moment, one game or a little bit of error, and I could be out of this. And the likes of Troy, Akaka, when he gets back in, are there to pounce. Pereira, Will Hughes. Hughes will get his chance. Deeney will get his chance as well.
Yeah, Deeney will get let off the leash again. We all know that's coming.
Yeah.
It's a shame that at the moment... all right, Andre Gray's got to have some games because he's got to justify the price tag that we paid for him. And he was, I feel yesterday, he was massively unlucky not to get a goal because he almost had a through ball on a plate, but Richarlison just did not get the ball right and it smacked off the back of his heel. And you could see the frustration between the two of them because you can see it's there. And I think the other thing is, all right, we won 2-0 yesterday, but that 2-0 at one stage could have been 3 or 4. Or even 5, and it is not going to be long before somebody gets on a receiving end like a hiding from us.
Yeah.
Whether it's at home, whether it's on the road, someone at some stage when it properly clicks, and we go on and we just steamroll people, is going to be a goal fest.
Right, I'm going to touch on Gray for this topic. Start on this one because Silva's backed him with his goal scoring, saying that the goals will come. What I will say is, and I will always back strikers with this, even when they're not scoring. And Colin, I'll get to that as well, mate. This is not a direct reply to you, mate, but I always will back strikers. His work rate has been absolutely superb. He hasn't scored, but when the team are winning, and he will say this. He will say this when he gets interviewed on Match of the Day, Sky, whatever. As long as the team are winning, I don't mind not scoring And while the team is winning, we won't mind him not scoring. It's when the time comes, he comes up with the goals. What he's doing at the moment, the Richarlison goal proved it. The Decore chance when he flicked it as well. He's laying on chances for others. So if he doesn't score, he's putting on a shift himself. Yeah. And I will back strikers. Sorry, mate, I'll let you get on this as well. I will back strikers all day long when they're doing this. His work rate has been absolutely superb so far. And if he carries that up, the confidence is going to get better. The goals will come, and that will only add to what he's doing at the moment. And they always say hard work pays off eventually.
Yeah, it does. Hard work does pay off. It's we can't knock him because he has worked hard. But there was one or two moments yesterday for Andre Gray, which I think he didn't do himself any favours.
No.
When the ball's getting hit up, he doesn't want to seem to jump for the ball.
That would be the only criticism I would give.
Yeah, and it's like, I'm sorry, but if the ball's going to come up, you have got to try and put a challenge in, because at one stage, like Southampton were winning it and just nutting it back. All right, we were nicking the second ball, so it sort of compensated for it. But we can't keep doing that. And when he chucked Deeney on, like with about 10 minutes to go, what does Deeney go and do? Stands in front of the right back. Oh, you ain't getting this ball, mate. And he's like, I am. He goes, you're not. Jumps up, bang, straight away. First touch, he's won it.
What did I say last Sunday about the free thing? And you said that as well. What did I say about the three-dimensional attack that we've got that we can bring on? Obviously, heading's not his strong point. Deeney comes on, he's winning headers. That's just basically explains what I was waffling about last week about the dimensions.
You can even see it like the Southampton. If you were there yesterday, you'll agree with this, because when the Southampton players saw Deeney coming on, they were just thought, we've already been run ragged, we're just about to get absolutely slaughtered now. And you could see the genuine look on their faces. They were just shaking their heads. Yeah, they just didn't want to know. I think they wanted to get off the pitch quicker than they wanted to get Deeney on. So
how is that good that teams are fearing us bringing on subs?
Well, exactly. It shows,
refreshing is that.
Oh, and if anybody's wondering, I managed to work out yesterday the fourth officials board, we think, broke down right on half time. Hence the reason why they were using the old school numbers in the second half.
That's what I was wondering, because it came up with a sub and went, hang on a moment, they're going a bit old school with this,
are they? As far as we could see, I think the fourth officials tried to signal to the ref, the board is broken, we can't use it. So
someone give them some batteries, please.
just run down the shops. It's quick and easy.
Can we stop buying? Can Southampton? Someone get a Southampton come along? Just warn them. Stop buying Poundland batteries. If you're going to do it, buy the Duracell. They're the same price. Yeah. I know you get like four less than. Just get the Duracell ones, and it works. Jesus. Or just get because they've probably written on and said, right, what number is it? 12. 12. Number 12. It's like, no, it's the 13. Oh, you rascal. Long you stay off.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, that's another one. Shane Long, as soon as he came on, I said, right, let's throw a few quid out. How many times he's going to dive in the first 10 minutes?
Don't even
2 in the first 5. Seriously.
Yeah, he was looking to Conham, and well, even Hollybass kept his cool yesterday, which I was quite
impressed with. It goes down quicker than Katie Price, that one.
It did go down pretty darn quick. I think, like I say, Southampton are just not at the races at the minute. They're in big trouble already, I feel, unless they can sort it out. But who knows? But for us, it's onwards and upwards, and things are looking bright again, and I'm really, really happy. So I'm going to enjoy going to work tomorrow.
I'm going to get alternative view with this. Colin and Suggsy, at the moment, he's not worth 18.5 million worth of play. Colin's opinion.
Yep.
And I know I've always said with TMA, we're not going to lambast you for any opinion.
No,
people. That's the good thing. It's a yin and yang. I've always backed him up with his work rate, and Colin said that, and Suggsy said, fair enough. Gross work rate is good at the moment, but no longer he goes without a goal, he will lose confidence, and fans will get on his back.
Yeah,
I could possibly agree that they will get fans, and we will pin them down and say. I
was going to say
other forums and say
you can just see happening now. His first goal will probably just come with ball bouncing around in the box, and he'll just be like, right, I've had enough of this, and he'll just smash it straight into the roof of the net. And sometimes he's going to have to wait. He'll probably have to wait for a tap in instead of trying to go all guns blazing for glory.
Yeah.
But yeah, that goal will come, and Suggsy's right. To an extent, his confidence might start getting knocked, but then that's down to the manager just to put an arm around him and say, look, I know you haven't got a goal yet, but that goal is going to come. You've just got to keep going.
I think the fans will stay off his back as long as he carries on his work rate that he's doing at the moment. Because
if he doesn't drop off.
I don't want to sound negative. If we started losing and then he was not scoring.
Then it would be called into question.
Yes,
it would be seriously called
at the moment. I personally, I would not call his thing into question because we're winning and he's contributing. He's putting his shift in.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is making up for his lack of goals.
Mm.
Right. We will look because every time this Surin is posted as well.
I've just seen his comments. Surin's one. Gray and Deeney to start together. Now I wouldn't mind seeing that. That would be something I'd like to see.
It's worth a go.
Well, it would work. It would work perfectly. Deeney gets the knockdown, feeds it off. Gray's on the run. Bang.
And the thing is, though, they're expecting us to play one central striker and two wingers.
Yeah,
City will. If we come out and not say nothing, come out with that, for Saturday, we go, what the hell is going on here?
That would seriously shock them. That would shock them.
Good idea.
That is a good idea. So, oh man, I wish my throat would clear up.
Right, here we go. The Pellegrini. Oh no,
it's basically Pellegrini Junior, I think.
Pellegrini. Well, Pellegrini, he turns around and says, Saints are low on energy after the international break. Well, what the hell were we on then? Because a lot of our players are on international duty, and we didn't seem to be that knackered. I don't know where they got that excuse. That is just a people's excuse, personally.
I saw one of your comments where you're saying no chance. I agree. I think he was clutching at straws because he simply wouldn't come out and admit that his team were outclassed, outplayed, outfought. They were played off the park, and even Southampton fans after the game that I spoke to, they just were heaping praise on us, congratulating us, saying how well we played, how much we deserved it, how they were fearing when the time added on board or the plastic board went up at the end of the game when they said 4 minutes because they were thinking more of like Watford have still got time to get 2 more goals because they didn't even see Southampton, their own team, scoring, which is even more surprising. But yeah, it's a crazy one, but I love it. And just touching on what that manager saying the international break. Yeah. We had some of our boys in South America, especially Carrillo, playing for Peru. Well, hang on a minute. He's played for Peru, mate. Jumped on the plane, come back, and now gone and played against you and won your maggot.
There you go. You can wave that. That's the pedigree.
Yeah, that's for Southampton's manager. So if Southampton's manager gets to see this, you get one of these, mate.
I'm not sending that in the post because I need to use that plenty of times.
I was going to say, we're not. You can go and buy one down the local shop.
That's Shane Long as well.
Yeah, Shane Long. You both get that this week.
Too right. Loud and proud.
But yeah, no.
I just didn't buy it. I just didn't buy it from him because if we had all our players off, rested and a foot up watching the international games, I think I can understand that.
Yeah.
But they just went, and even Southampton fans, if you watched their, I know Davey Quick posted something about their fans. They did their own TV show, not as good as WD18 WD18.
Yeah, exactly, WD18, top boys.
Yeah, top boys. But they were saying as well, they said, no excuses, we're just not at the races and Watford played well. And as well, to add on what you were saying about how well we played, we made them look bad.
We did.
We made them look bad. They weren't bad because they were bad. We made them look bad. We played that well.
They had Gabbiadini that last January we were linked with, that we were going to sign. Well, for 69 minutes and the paper's got it spot on, he done nothing. And I mean zilch. James Ward-Prowse, and he was getting mugged off in midfield. Even Shalabar cleaned him out. Yeah. And then turned around and actually helped him up and went, sorry, mate, I didn't mean to do that. You could see it. He was like, I'll get you back. But yeah, so, what was he on? I don't understand what he was on. Makes my blood boil.
Collins, like I said in this post, he can't use that as an excuse. Completely agreed. We had players on international duty as well, and we tore them apart. A lot of fans, like we said, fans did say that, especially Southampton. They said we were just better. We were fitter. That's another thing. We looked a hell of a lot fitter
we
in
do
last
look
season
fitter
as well.
I think that could be the fact that training's probably changed, and Matt's not making them train like 23 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Well, they've said there were two contrasts. Kike, it was too relaxed, a lot of them said. I know they said it's easier to say it when he's gone.
Exactly.
It's very easy to say when
it's gone.
Any line of work, it's easy to criticise someone when they've gone, but they said it was a bit too relaxed underneath him. With Walter, it is more sergeant-like, and it was too intense.
Yeah.
Silva looks like what we go to see training.
Yeah.
But he's got the balance.
He's got the balance. He knows what to do, and he knows how far to push him on one day, and then, then doesn't push him as further on the next. So, it's.
So this is a good thing. Would you? I mean, a lot of people are starting to comment on this. Alan, Colin, Graham's done it as well. Surin brought up the point originally, but how would you accommodate if you had to? I would personally not drop anyone. If everyone was fit from last game, in theory, I wouldn't drop anyone. But guys, keep it up. Keep up this debate. How would you supplement Deeney and Gray in the team?
Oh, who would you take out?
A few guys have been saying this. Put Gray on the right and Deeney through the middle. You don't need to change the shape to accommodate both Gray and Deeney. That's Alan.
No, that's actually quite true. That's actually quite true. By the way, I'm just going to interrupt you.
Go on,
I know it's going to do it. But there's a comment there that you've not seen. You better say hello to her.
Yes. It's probably me dad, but hello, Mum. It's probably young David. I've been trying to get him on it so he can talk about his first Watford game, but he can't remember. But he actually saw Cliff Holton live.
Wow.
He actually was at that era when he saw Cliff Holton live. And we remember, I vaguely remember, and I won't go too old about it, but I vaguely remember my main standing point in the old home end was the pylon as you're looking at the home end on the left-hand side, just leaning up against there a few times. That was my main one. Because everyone says the tea hut. They said there must have been 6,500 people standing by that tea hut. Because everyone says the tea hut. Well, I've heard. And it's like, bloody hell, that must be a really popular tea hut. How did they shut that tea hut down? Because that must have made millions.
How did the club ever, they say the club is always struggling. It's beyond me with that one.
We have confirmed it's my dad.
It's your dad.
Right, there we go.
Evening, Paul's dad. I just got it confirmed. That's you out of the doghouse again for another week as well.
Until Thursday anyway, because that's after so long Thursday. Pretty good did. I'll just get Dino to quickly say it, then we can remind me. Say hello.
Yeah, and if not, we won't. If he doesn't do it, he won't go in the free kick.
Colin said, to add a player, you have to take one out. It's not possible. Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's what I said before.
Exactly. Yes.
I wouldn't drop anyone, to be honest.
I'll tell you, if you're going on with that one, if it's not broke, don't fix it. How the hell do you keep Watford's back line fit right now? Because I just do not understand, yet again.
Yeah, go on. Go with that now.
Two defenders pull up injured in the same minute, saying they've both got to come off. Now, we know Firmino's probably a bit more serious.
Caball's hamstring, it's his old hamstring injury.
Caball's hamstring has come back and haunted him again. That boy just might as well retire. I'm sorry, but... Oh my. What are we going to do?
It was so sad because he actually played really well.
He was having a blinder.
He was.
It seems to be now for me, and boys and girls, feel free to jump in on this. It seems now Cabal can only play for about an hour maximum. He can't do 90 minutes anymore, which sounds particularly worrying.
It's a shame.
But yeah. Yet again, we have got a defensive injury crisis. Fingers crossed, Seb might be able to get himself back for next week. All right, we might also see the new centre-back, because apparently he was missing in action in Africa.
Or sounds like Call of Duty again.
Yeah, it sounds like Call of Duty. Or just basically did not get back in time to be considered for the game. Mariappa, I thought, did very well when he came on. He seemed alert and ready.
Yes.
And he was throwing himself in front of stuff as well at one stage.
He's a good option.
Yeah, and it was also good to see Yamat back.
Yes.
But I've just got it in the back of my mind, Yamat's going to pull up injured before we can get from
He's just made of glass, that guy. It's really sad. We laugh. But
I know we laugh.
You have to laugh sometimes over this, because you don't mean, you're not laughing to be horrible to him, but it's just so frustrating. And Pereira's like that as well.
That's spot on. Every player that's come back from injury has not completed a full game, which is also sort of worrying.
We still got Walter's medical staff, because it sounds like last season where they came back, they were going to come back and just not make a game.
I thought Silva done the whole sweep. He cleared them all out.
Yeah. We've still got this injury curse, especially with the back line, but it's not seemed to affect us at the moment. The players are coming on scoring
exactly.
Anyway.
The players coming on scoring. I think if this injury problem does carry on and it doesn't sort itself out quick enough, I know he is the bad man still at the minute and he's serving his punishment, but I think Silva might have to turn back to Britos pretty quickly.
Britos up to that point looked very good.
Yeah, and I think he might get told, look, get out there and show them what you can do.
Get a decent performance in there, and everyone will forget it.
Exactly.
Because I think pretty much everyone, to be honest, everyone's got over it now. He's done his punishment, he's apologised, he's done that, and he just gets back to playing again.
That's common of the night, sir, and Gomez can play sweeper. I mean, that's brilliant. Gomez to play sweeper.
He'll walk on first half and go, I am Manuel Neuer.
He's Neuer or Hugo Lloris in this.
Even with the Austrian accent as well, that'd be awesome. I am Manuel Neuer. And he scrubs the tunnel as well. Exactly. Who the hell just said that?
Yeah. But yeah, my. Centre back pairings at the minute. I don't think it matters who plays centre back because they're all doing a good job, and they are. And we're keeping clean sheets.
We've got Wager to come in as well.
Yeah,
we've got the Mali international.
That's what I mean. We've got the Mali international that was missing in Africa this week because
he's probably stuck in Sheffield with Sinclair.
Oh man,
he's probably dropping in back. He's supposed to be in the game.
Damn, we're not going to make it.
Chances of that happening.
I'll tell you what, that Sinclair thing has really got out of control, hasn't it?
Go on. Because I've heard now, and I actually watched it after you told me Sunday, because I was going to watch it before we went on here. But I actually watched it, and what is this thing? Because now apparently Sinclair's now come back and said it's complete rubbish. The agent didn't want double the fee.
Yeah.
Who do you believe? What was the real
story? I was
going
to say, what was the real story?
I don't think we're ever going to know, are we?
No, I don't think we are. I think it might have been Sheffield United playing silly buggers. But, like I say, we will not. It's just said we are not going to find the truth out about that. No. But Sinclair is still here. He's still a Watford player. Will he get any game time? My, it's probably not going to happen.
I think
before Christmas anyway.
I think Les has got a point with Britos. It's his last chance, I think, with Silva, but he will embrace it. I personally think he will embrace it. He played so well.
I was going to say, Silva said in his press conference on the run-up to the game yesterday, he has had words with Britos in private, and he has made it clear that what is said between him and Britos is staying between him and Britos. He's not going to end up in the press. He's not going to get aired in public.
No.
He's told him how he feels. Britos has grovelled and apologised. We all know that, which it sounds like he's accepted. So now I think he's just basically going to say, look, you got one more chance. If you blow it, you're going to have to give me a damn good reason. I think
Britos knows that as well.
Yeah.
And like I say, with his sincere apology to the players, management, and the fans, he realised he'd done wrong. He didn't kill anyone. He was over the top. He's done it. It's done and dusted, and he'll get on to playing. And what he did, like I kept saying, playing well.
Yeah. It was just unfortunate he had to play left back that game. That's all it was. If he hadn't been at left back, he'd still been on the pitch. And he'd have played yesterday. He
tackles like Phil Neville used to play at left back. He's not a left back. He tackles like that.
Yeah, and he tackles like that as well. So yeah, but I also like the Silva press conference as well, because he's right. We did dominate. To go down to Southampton and do what we did.
And he's happy because we played how he likes to play.
Yeah, he's got himself. He's got him drilled. He had. The thing, everyone said when we appointed him, why are we doing it? Well, I'm sorry, but at Hull, he had, 17 games to save him? Couldn't do it. He didn't have time to get all these ideas across. But at Watford, he had the whole of pre-season. He had the whole of pre-season to work on stuff, to get his own personnel in. And he did it. And you can see it's reflecting on them. And I think pretty much whole City are looking at him now going, I wish we still had him. Why can't he just come and manage in the Championship?
I know we don't like to take too much about other teams and stuff, but I do like to have a little giggle at Palace because, especially with all the stick that we have got over, they were going, "Oh, we've got Frank de Boer. Aren't we great? You got Silva. We didn't want him anyway." How did that go?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, can you just tell us who's got more points?
Go onto the Premier League banter forums and just remind them that, because I've made my point in those as well, and I'm very happy to oblige with my opinion towards the Palace fans.
Yes,
over that Palace fans.
And it's also been reported today that on another forum, one of the blokes who was following a Crystal Palace fan has been blocked on Twitter for his comments to him after today's game, by the sounds of things.
Diddums.
Yeah, because he said about, bet you wish you had Silva now, and he got blocked for saying it.
Every cloud's got a silver lining, hasn't it, boys?
Hey.
that was posted as well.
Right, that's borderline pillow again. That's borderline.
They're borderline, but also comical at the same time, isn't it?
Comical.
Hull were dead and buried when he went there, Chris Bell. Yes, they were.
Yeah,
and he got them to play football. Because as we found out, we were crap, but they were good. They were good.
10 men, and they beat us. How?
But that's my point with the Brighton game. We got the draw, and I'm happy with that. But that could have been far worse. We had the luck. We had the luck. Got the draw. Great. But they had the opposite effect with them, where they went a man down, and it revitalised them. Rejuvenated them. They wanted, I'm not saying we were rubbish or anything like that, but it's that effect with the man down. Hull kicked on.
They did kick on.
That's not criticism of us of the 0-0, by the way. It's just giving a comparison between the two. That if we had lost, which we didn't, if we'd lost that game, we could have looked at that as a comparison between the two.
Exactly.
But that's Silva's way, apart from the last few games where they did fall apart. But to be honest, he did all he could with that whole team.
Especially on the final day when you just got Tottenham turning up in the mood for that, just to do what they wanted.
Yeah, but they were dead and buried for months anyway. And to be fair on Mike Phelan, he did all he could.
Yeah, he did.
And he won Manager of the Month for the first month.
Exactly.
As well, so
got Manager of the Month, was sacked a bit later on. Right, moving on.
No, right, here we go. Alan said, you can read that. Go on, read the Alan one. Go on, you can have that for a little bit, mate, if you want.
I get very annoyed with the small-minded moaning about the Silver saying he took Hull down. Already down, but let's see more. Results of this survival were a miracle. Yeah, they were. Yeah, they pretty much were. So, some of those results were a bit of a miracle, but I think that's when we started to see that, I think there was one Watford fan that didn't want Silva appointed.
The players that were already there.
Yeah,
because you
took
could
them
see
to
all the
another level.
results.
Took them to another level.
And he gave them belief that they could do that.
Yeah,
I mean, okay, they fell their way at the end, but I think most people realistically would have seen that, and he did as probably no one else could have done it. Even Allardyce, who's a survival expert, couldn't have done a better job with that team.
No, he couldn't have done.
Even Allardyce, and that's me being a big Allardyce fan for his survival thing. He didn't play the best football, but Silva tried to play football with Hull as well. He tried to play like he did with us.
He tried to play football, he tried to play football. But that's life. And we've now got him, and we're flying again.
Yeah. So we move on into the top four.
Yes.
Yes.
Until Huddersfield play tomorrow night.
We're in the top four. Palace in the bottom four. I draw a line on that subject now. So
exactly.
Bye, boys. Enjoy Bristol City away.
Yes.
We did enjoy it at home, but you can enjoy it away.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. How many points in the next 5 games? I'll let you start with this. Will we get? I said 9. That's a very optimistic 9.
Okay.
Not being negative saying that.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I think.
All yours, mate.
I think Man City. I think if we can get at least a point, I will classify it as a win. But the likelihood is that's probably where we're going to lose. With the firepower they've got, it's alarming. Swansea, they're there for the taking. They are seriously there for the taking. They've lost Llorente to Tottenham. That's a big blow for them. They couldn't replace him in time. So I think we definitely get 3 points there. And I don't see why we can't. We go away to West Brom. there's some scores to be settled with those boys. I think we will get 3 points off West Brom as well. Pulis likes to be all physical, and after what happened last season up there with the sending off and the punch-ups, I do not see that happening again. But yeah, I feel we can beat West Brom. Arsenal, now that is the conundrum, because depending on what Arsenal team turn up, I do think, and I'm just going on the form that we're on at the minute.
Yeah,
we can beat them. We can beat them in our own backyard.
Go on, Chelsea.
You know, Chelsea are just going to write it off.
No,
not going to write it off.
Okay.
They've clicked. They've had their lull. You know, they lost on the opening day. They've had all the drama going on backstage. You know,
settled with them now.
With a certain Mr. Costa, because he just will not play for them. He's made that clear. They've got rid of all of that. They've moved on from that. They're getting back on form again. They're starting to go. They're starting to crank up through the gears. You know, if they have an off day, then yes, we could take them.
Yeah.
I don't see them having an off day.
Right. Okay.
So
right before I had my 50 pence into this matter, Graham said 15. Cheers, Leslie said good podcast. Thank you very much, mate.
Yes, thank you, sir.
Colin,
thank you.
Mr. Beasley of Collinshire has said 6 out of 15 realistically. 9 if we take Arsenal out, given their poor showing so far. David Jacobs said 6 out of 7 realistically, 6 or 7 realistically. Keep feet on the ground.
Yeah.
7 from Suggsy. Chelsea, no chance unless, like you said, you pretty much wrote it off. Chelsea, no chance unless something massively happens to Morata. Is next level. He's the next level, like you said as well. He moved on. Yeah. I think if we stay fit, we were realistically and mentally too strong for Arsenal. I think we'll batter them 4-0. Alan, 6 or 7 Lee Courtney weekly has said as well. I say 9. Looking it down on it, I say home of Man City. I said 4 points in the next 2 games, so I got the 2. I said 2-1 at Southampton. It was 2-0. I think 1-0 against Man City. I do think we'll scrape a win against Swansea. Away to West Brom, maybe a draw, purely because West Brom are very tough at home. Swansea, I didn't see enough. Okay, it's on the day, but at the moment, based on today, I didn't see enough for Swansea to cause us a hell of a lot of problems if we turn up and play like we did yesterday. Yeah. Arsenal, I think we're going to beat them. You said, I agree in part to what you said about which Arsenal team turns up. If the Arsenal team that I know and love turn up, we will beat them, because then it gives me a lovely afternoon of joy and happiness and Arsenal fan TV. And away to Chelsea, and I can wind up Dino because that's technically his second team.
What?
Yeah, I know. He's got a soft spot. Sunshine. He loves the Graham era. On a Sunday. And then, away to Chelsea, we'll lose that 2 or 3-0.
Yeah.
I know it's really thick, but that's my realistic thing. I did say 9 points, so that's completely rewritten that.
So you're going for that 10?
Probably 10 now, yeah. I'll go 9 or 10 points. Yeah, I'll say 9 or 10. I'll stick with being 9 or 10 points.
We just got to see what happens. You know, anything can happen at any time. You know,
any given Sunday.
Exactly.
Or Saturday.
Yeah.
Depending on Sky change it.
Yeah.
Mr. Comment Man.
Mr. Comment Man, thank you. Siren says 8 points. Chris, we ran Chelsea away last season when we were woeful. That's true, we did. That was also courtesy of Mr. John Terry blatantly showing that he couldn't defend anymore.
Well, especially when they said about, we had our reserve team out. Well, we didn't exactly have our full side out. We had 10 players out injured. So technically, it was our reserve side in part, and we played really bloody well.
I love this from Alan. Beat Man City next week, go top and stay there. I'll tell you what, I'd love that. I might actually stick money on it tonight, Watford to win the league.
I'll add a bit on later after you've gone through the comments. So I'm going to get on my soapbox again in a minute about that, but you carry on, mate.
Thank you. Yes. Your soapbox. What was it?
It's started to break now. I've been on it so many times today.
I've made care by any chance.
It works, mate.
I thought it did. James Marshall, 9 points. Swansea, West Brom and Arsenal. All wins.
Yeah.
Surin says 8. We haven't got... Lee, I think 6 or 7. Len Goodman, 7. Yes, it's yeah, I think everyone's in the same ballpark. I think everyone's being realistic, and everyone's going for the same amount of points.
Right, soapbox moment.
Go on.
Soapbox moment. No, but it's not a criticism at anybody in particular, but you look at how everyone moaned, including me, and I was one of the biggest ones last season, and then everyone said, "Oh, don't be so negative." Now people like Jay, who is a common watcher on this podcast, Jay, I absolutely agree with you. He says if we win, I don't want to say any more. He says, but he says we could go top if we beat Man City. I say, and people say that's delusional. I say, why not enjoy the moment which we are in at the moment? We've been waffling on about for an hour. Enjoy the moment. If we beat, why can't we? We're not expecting to beat Man City. We're hoping. There's a difference. Yeah. Every game, you especially as well, we hope we win every game. We're not going to win every game. We don't expect to win every game. We hope. When Mr. Funnel, said about getting top of the league, he's hoping we will win to go top. Why can't we dream about going top? It's not being delusional. If we turned around and said, "Oh, I'm going to write the Man City game off. We're going to get spanked," he'll get lambasted for being, negative. But I think it's not being negative at all. We're just dreaming. We just care to dream basically. Enjoy the moment. Yeah. Think if we win, we go top against Man City. Let's think that we're not going to be over. Yeah, we're not going to be over. I think this is me finished, by the way. We're not going to be over disappointed if we lose to City.
Yep.
But I like that, mate. I can see it in the camera, mate. I love that look. It's very nice.
Nice.
But we're not going to be over disappointed. We're not going to slaughter if we lose to City. We fully expect that if City turn up and play to their ability, we're probably going to struggle getting anything out of that game. And it's going to be our first real test bar in Liverpool.
Yeah.
And it's really going to test how good this team has really come from it, which is a good thing. And we embrace that.
It is a good thing. It is. It's always good to have a challenge. Love this comment that's just coming from Lee. 5 league games ago, they battered us 5-0. Well, yeah, it's right. It was only 5 league games ago, technically.
Yeah. And the highlights are on. Dino's getting really excited because he's just seen a Mr. Sir Decore. Arise, Sir Decore.
I was going to say, even I've just been distracted by this because this is they're showing goals on Sunday again. Don't matter if there was any deflection, it's still a great goal.
Deflection.
And we're just all saying we love Decore. Comment things back in again now.
Comment things clip back in, but it's not actually letting me down to do it. So we're looking at the iPad, I'm afraid. So we do apologise. I have to keep looking down at stuff. I agree here, Graham. As long as players give 100% in the Man City game, we'll back the players and carry on. Grow support to the next game when we go again. Exactly, and this is one thing that I touched on from yesterday. Yeah,
us guys and girls that were in the stands, singing on and on and on. Oh, I think you probably went quiet for about 5 minutes. I think at one stage,
just a little bit of a
rest. Just a minor rest plus half time, of course. But we carried on singing. We kept going, even if at times the songs were a bit, out of sync with everyone else. We were still going. And, the fact that, and it seemed to be bouncing off, like all the singing was bouncing off us onto the players, and it was giving the players more confidence. And I think if we do something like that next Saturday, then, it'll be a different atmosphere. If we get the whole of the Vic going, if we can just lift them, just to give them that extra little bit.
Yeah.
Absolutely anything could happen.
Well, look at what Decore tweeted. Not Decore, Cavaselli.
Yeah,
Cavaselli can't get the Decore song out of his head.
If anyone has seen this saw it this morning or seen it during the day, it's probably the best tweet I've seen in a long time. Cavaselli waking up this morning going, I cannot get Abdoulaye Decore song out of my head. So I think we've done something to Cavaselli. I'm just hoping he doesn't carry it to the next game and start singing it during the game, because we could be in a bit of trouble for that. Yes, Alan, I was trying to keep that a secret, but you've let my secret out. Thank you very much, sir. I'm not going to repeat what he has said. No, I'm simply not going to repeat. You can see it on the comment section, you guys.
Marvel at his comments.
Yes.
That's all I can say.
Yes, thank you, sir. Thank you. That's yeah, you got me good and proper. I've been stumped. I'm the West Indies batsman. I'm walking.
Not again. Damn you. Damn you and your cricketing.
So, Colin, the Southampton friend of mine, was at the game. Very complimentary of our players and our fans yesterday. Yeah, I thought our fans were fantastic. And even at one stage when the Southampton fans started to get a little bit leery, nobody actually turned around and went, well, come on then, let's have a fight. Everyone we just outsang them.
A lot of them came outside after, apparently, complimenting you and saying,
there was. I was walking back in a mixture of fans. And
the best one I saw, because I didn't go to, like I said, many away games, but the one that stuck in my memory, all the games I've been to in the past as well, when Everton stood up. I know I kept going on about because Everton was my standout one.
Yeah.
Not because of the performance, because that was crap, but just the overall thing was they stood up and gave us a standing ovation. And even when we lose last season, the noise level never changed. Winning and losing, it never changes.
It didn't lose. That doesn't change at all, especially when we're on the road, because even if we are losing, we're trying to. We're singing up to try and get them to get back in the game and to encourage them.
We can't say we haven't done our bit.
Exactly. Yes, I was playing. Yes, middle stump was was bold, mate. Yeah, Alan.
LBW. I reckon it was LBW.
Yeah, I think it was. Still watching it now, Sir, and I was there. So fantastic, guys. It's great to see you down there. Just want to say hello to some of the guys who come up and spoke to me yesterday.
Yeah, go for it.
Pleasure to see you all. Pleasure to meet you. I know one of them hugged me. I can't remember who it was. I think it might have been a guy called David. I think. I'm not sure.
Dave Quick. No, he wasn't.
It weren't Sir Dave. It wasn't Sir Dave.
My name was Dave Quick.
So yeah, guys, it was a pleasure to shake hands and say hello to all of you and everything. So, and I'll be back there next week as well. I'll be at the Vic next week. And then I'm having I think I'm having a couple of weeks back. So we got Swansea. Yeah, the next one after that I'm going to is Arsenal. So I've got to sit a couple out, unless I change my mind and go to West Brom, which could happen.
Watch this space. Streams, mate.
Watch this space. Yeah, I could go to West Brom. I'm not sure yet. Yeah, it was Lee. Yes, now I remember. That's it, Lee. Yes.
There we go.
That's who I was speaking to after the game yesterday. Yes, hello, sir. Good evening. Very good evening to you.
Right, if you ever see Dino at one of the games, eventually you will. He cannot defend free kicks, so just ask him why, and give him tips. I mean, everything is true. We were on the pitch because he was injured from not defending the free kick.
Exactly.
He came off after.
And if you want, we've actually got a free kick Dino page as well on Facebook. So
yeah, we'll link that as well here.
Yes, we the people do not allow it.
Yeah, so please add your support. Donate if you need to. Let's keep them away from free kick balls. This lad here and Mr. Dino will be present in the Soccer 6 next week in London. Yes. Playing for Snake Eyes. The Watford boys are going down there. They struggled for players, so I played at the David Beckham Academy with a few others last time, about 3 years ago. We're in London, Mill Hill, Soccer 6, Celebrity Soccer 6, with the darkness. The darkness there.
God almighty.
I don't believe in a thing called love. Yeah. And I will be marking Mr. Hawkins, hopefully. Or Dino will just be kicking. He's just said he's going to kick him.
We'll all be killing them. So
if he starts singing that Christmas song, I will.
Yeah, I'll get the guitar out and wrap it around his head.
It's a bit like Honky Tonk, Kane and Honky Tonk.
Yeah, no, that should be a good one next week. I'm looking forward to that.
We will be putting pictures up on Sunday and a few followers up on a Thursday. Yeah. We're not putting Dino in a free kick wall either. So please donate money if you can, because we will be ridding this disease of free kicks. Do not let this happen. It's like a charity appeal. We'll do a proper video and everything for it. It'll be on ITV in a few months' time.
Yeah. Just what something.
Let's get back to actual Watford.
Let's get back to some Watford stuff. Guys and girls, anyone going to Swansea away? There is a pub that Run by who's
Spencer Pritchard.
Yeah, Spencer
posted
Pritchard.
this, and he apologised. He said, "Oh, please delete this if you have to, admin." Spencer, put it if you're watching, mate. Put on all your put on it again if you need to, because it's great.
And
post. It's a good pit stop.
Yeah, and post up a postcode as well, so if people are driving down, they can like drive straight to your pub, and and probably maybe even park up and go to the game and come back again.
Right, it's a boozer. 20-minute drive from Liberty Stadium. It's from the M4, located in the Talbot area. He's posted it. It's a bit more information on the TMA page, but it's a good pit stop. Apparently, it's a good friendly bar as well. They welcome all the Watford fans as well, because they know how rowdy some of us are, especially this young man here. And it's a good, but they know, but all joking aside, they know that we're not a bunch of wankers.
Exactly.
So it's nice that people are coming onto our forums and offering us to come over there.
Yeah. So if you do go down to Swansea, bear that pub in mind.
And message Stephen Pritchard, and he'll give you more information. And if you post more, Stephen, if you're watching, mate, post some more information about it, mate.
Please do, Stephen. Tell us the name of your pub as well, and we'll share it all out. So we'll get everyone down there. Might have to employ some extra bar staff that day as well. Might. Just as a little tip.
One or two.
One or two.
One or two. Get
one or two.
So come along, save some drinks. Go on.
I was just trying to think what I was going to say then. Lost me train of thought. Oh no, we haven't touched on it yet. Go on. Anything happened in the women's games lately?
I haven't got anything because I couldn't leech it off of Dave Quick's news post. But
yes. So Dave, what's happened?
Go on. Yeah, what's happened, Dave? But no, let's go on these season tickets, because we did put it on Thursday. £30 for adults straight off, £15 for kids. I think under 18s was like a £5 or something, or is it the other way around? But it's on the women's page. Or look at the website, because they've posted all the things up. And also, if you're season ticket holder, it's free. So go and watch the ladies Kings Langley.
Oh, they're playing at Kings Langley.
I think he's playing at Kings Langley.
Oh, that big one. That's down the road.
They were used to be Burko, didn't they?
Yeah, they were at Burko. I didn't realise they were at Kings Langley.
If you see Mr. Christopher Walker, he used to be a steward at Watford, just go walk ka, and just say, "Where's that come from?" Say, "Pidge said hello," because he's manager of the ladies team there now.
Oh, brilliant! Oh,
so
fantastic.
He could be playing against them. So Mr. Four Eyes is taking over the ladies team now. He's going to kill me when we'll message this podcast over to him. One of the new signings had a baby. That's it. Yeah. Wankers, just nice wankers. Yeah, definitely, Colin. Yes, we're very, very educated ones.
Alan's got to see how Arsenal gutted about that. Oh, that's a shame.
Right, Man City at home, 1-1. I really do. I really hope we can beat them 1-0, but I'm going to go with 1-0 because of my prediction.
I'm going to go and sit on the fence. I'm going to call it a draw as well. I'm going to go for a draw.
I said 4 points out of the next two games, so I said 1-0 purely because of the 4-point thing. If we got a draw at Southampton, I would have said we would nick a 1-0 against City.
Exactly.
So I'll stick with that. But I really, in back of my mind says 1-0, my heart says 1-0 Watford. But I have to go with my thing because of my predictions. I've got to stick to my predictions.
You go down the boogies in the morning and whack a couple of quid and make sure we get damn good odds.
I think we can actually do it though, because look, Brighton and Bournemouth, they weren't 100% convincing, especially at Bournemouth.
No, they weren't 100%.
So there is a chance there. There is a chance. There's always
a good chance.
We're playing well. We are not conceding, apart from barring the first game. City beats 3-1. I hate to say. It's a fair enough prediction, Colin.
Exactly.
So
Surin's confident of a 2-1 win.
Kev's
going with us 1-1. Yeah, nice one, Kev.
We'll touch upon it a bit more in our we'll do a midweek preview thing we do on Thursdays. We don't do it proper midweek on Wednesdays because me and Dino, the young man of free kicks, go gym because we're flexing or whatever it's called. I don't know what it is.
You two go down the gym on a Wednesday?
Don't go down each other on gym. We'll just go to the gym to just.
You just go to the gym. Oh,
yeah,
right.
Not gym. Gym doesn't want to do nothing about it. We're going to a fitness gym. The gym doesn't want to know. James Bound. I know he watches this. So no, we do it Thursday. We'll elaborate on this a bit more on Thursday. more depth. That'll be the main topic, Man City at home.
Yeah.
We'll dig into that a bit more. It just means I've got 4 days. I've got no excuse to not do any more research on them, even though you don't really need to, because we know Jesus and Aguero are going to try and scare the life out of us.
And Mane. And also next week, guys, make sure we give Kyle Walker some abuse. 50 million. I think you're having a laugh. So just keep chanting, what a waste of money. That's going to be my little personal one for next week.
Isn't it amazing that we can get Firmino on a free and they have to spend 50 million on Walker?
Exactly. They're desperate.
We're not.
Desperate. We're not.
We just sign good players.
Yeah, we do sign good players.
They just signed Tottenham rejects who Kieran Trippier is a better defender now. That's controversial.
Yeah, that's controversial.
But I do think Kieran Trippier is a better player at the moment.
But yeah. I just want to say before we go, next week I will be in Lloyd's Bar before the game. So if you're about, come on in. I'll be there from
give him a shout.
Yeah, give us a shout. You know, I'll be in there from probably about 12:30 onwards to about maybe 20 past 2 before I make my way up to the ground. So if you're about, pop in, say hello, come and have a drink, have a laugh. That's what we normally tend to do in there before the game. So
give him questions you want us to cover here. If you're forgetting to put them on here, when you see him, please do talk about TMA with him and say, look, why don't you cover this? Why don't you cover that? And we'll cover it.
Oh yeah,
easily.
Indeed.
Bump into us if you see me about the rare times I'm about.
I was going to say, just touching on that though, there's 2 things. One, please make sure I've not had about 16 pints. And secondly, I need a pen and paper. I better take a pen and paper.
So basically, bother him about 11 in the morning.
Yeah, come and find me at 11.
And then you'll be all right. You can ask him anything.
Yeah.
Anytime after 3, you've got no chance for us, girls.
Brilliant. I love that. Yeah.
But look, right, and also guys and girls.
Thank you, Colin.
Yeah, thank you, Colin. Also, every single person, and Moobs is probably going to mirror this as well. Thank you ever so much for everyone who's posted. It's been over 118 comments here so far today. Thank you ever so much. Exactly. The input makes this the way it is. The debate was brilliant. We were watching it. We do watch it. We do try and finish what we're talking before we get onto the comments, but then we also elaborate on your comments more than what we try and waffle on about. So you make it what it is. Yeah. If we struggle to talk, which sometimes is a problem.
Yeah, which is a problem at times.
You guys make it worthwhile doing this. So go on, you can have the final word, mate.
Yeah, no, I just want to say big thanks, and remember to keep telling your friends, keep telling your family, whoever you work with, your work colleagues. If they're not already a member, tell them to join up. Tell them about the page. Tell them about the YouTube channel we've got. If they can't remember, guys, if you can't make the podcast, it doesn't matter because we'll upload it onto YouTube. We'll upload it onto the page as well, and you can watch it back as well. So if you miss it or you miss part of it, you can still catch up with it all. So, guys, keep doing what you're doing because I love it. I've absolutely loved doing this for the last 4 weeks now. We've done it. It's been amazing, and I love it more and more as we do it. And like I say, also thank you to all the guys again at Southampton that come up and said hello and everything. And like I say, I look forward to seeing you all at Man City next week. But yeah, just keep telling everyone because the more you tell, the more people we get and the bigger this gets.
And also, he's getting noticed quite a lot, which is quite rightly as well, because in Dino as well, perfect co-hosts here. You are making them look good as well by posting your comments and helping us out. So it's on you guys as well. So PM us as well. PM us. Yeah. Join, post on. Yeah, that's all right. We've gone off now.
Yeah.
Post on debates, not just on the podcast. Start a debate, start a poll, start anything. Yeah. Get us talking because we will cover this as well on the forum.
Exactly.
In the podcast as well.
Yeah, and it's just one more before we go. Surin, if you make it next week, we are going to play Where's Surin Sitting after what happened the other week at Brighton, because he did end up in the 1881 section.
What the hell did he float in there? I swear he's got a magic carpet or something because I swear they cryogenically preserve it and then sort of like split him up and there's like 40 different Surins and it's like right there he is. He's got hang on a moment. How come he's got a red shirt over there and a yellow shirt over there? Seriously, guys, what is going on? Surin is brilliant. He's an enigma.
Yes, And also, one of them will go. Thanks to all the guys overseas that are listening in, like in California, in Northern Ireland as well.
The International Hornets.
Yeah, the International Hornets. Keep flying the flags over there, guys, because you're doing a fantastic job. So, yeah, I think that's about it for me because my voice is starting to go again.
Probably after an hour and 15 minutes, you thought so.
Yeah, for the second week running, my voice is trying to go again. Just when I thought it was getting better.
Right, it's good night from him.
And it's good night from him.
Toodaloo.
See you later, boys and girls.